If you're watching this on YouTube, obviously you are. Hit that like and sub button. It means a lot. If you want to follow my Twitch, it's in the description of the video. Also, make sure to join my Discord to get notified when I go live. Anyways, we're going to be talking about Telltale's Game of Thrones. Now, straight up, there are a lot of people that don't even know about this game. There are. And if you're new to it, new to these, the Game of Thrones Telltale game, and you haven't played the other episodes, and you haven't played any episodes, I should say, I recommend it. But if you've played it before and you're replaying it and you just forgot about it or whatever, you don't play it again. Because I did. And also, I would like to mention that all of my walkthroughs and, gameplays and all this other shit is up on my YouTube channel. So if you want to watch, like I said, some of the stuff is older, older videos. Like, for example, the one we're talking about right now, Telltale's Game of Thrones, I kind of uploaded it by episode. And it's not a bad game. It's pretty good. I like the ending. The only problem is we never got a sequel. Okay, I'm gonna explain it episode by episode without going into too much story details, except for the first episode. So, in the very first episode, you play as Ethan Forrester, because you're part of the Forrester house, pretty much. But you play mostly as Ethan in parts of the first episode, and honestly, he's got an annoying... No, he's not that annoying, but his little brother's a little annoying. But regardless of that, then, as soon as the end of the first episode happens, the little brother kind of shuts up. Sorry. That was mean. But the thing I got annoyed most from the first episode is your choices really didn't matter much. It mattered at part of it when you're selecting a garrison or like counselor member or some shit. I don't remember what it's called. It's kind of like how that king has the hand. It's like a counselor. Like, it's kind of like the hand. And then they have like I'm trying to remember what it was. But you can pick two people, and one of those people is a total douchebag, and you wouldn't want to pick him anyway. And then the other guy's your uncle, and, it just sounds better, right? I don't have to go into any story details about any character. If you're playing the game, you're like, okay, this is pretty much, 200 IQ, I'm just kidding. You don't really need a brain cell to really understand that, one character is a total douchebag, the other one isn't, and, who you would choose to rule with you by your side, right? Anyways, it doesn't matter really, I don't think, who you choose, because it depends on the choices you make in the future. And even if you make those choices, it still happens, whatever happens in the future. And I think in Game of Thrones, it's really bad in that premise. If the game was made without the choices, the availability of choices, it'd be a pretty good game, actually. However, I will say one thing. One thing I must say is the first episode pissed me off. The reason why is because of the ending that you have no control of. Now, yes, you make choices in the first episode that impact the other episodes. However, you make other choices in those episodes, and those episodes don't really impact other choices that you've made. Then it's kind of pointless to make those decisions in the first place. And I think that's the problem with a lot of older or newer Telltale games that ever came out. Is they didn't really have all that, and it is unfortunate. Because you expect these games to actually have big choices. There's other games that came out that do have bigger choices. It's just not a Telltale game. It's completely different, right? like I said, I recommend the game, but don't go in the game expecting that you're going to be able to make all these choices. Because there are choices that you make, but I feel like there should be other ways to make those choices. For example, in the last episode, you can save two different people. Won't say who it is or anything. And you can either choose one to save one or the other. And that's it. You can't save both. There's no way. And I feel like there should be a way to save all of them. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry, but there should have been a way to save all of them. There literally isn't. And I think that's a problem with the entire game, really. There's another choice you make in the last episode. Another two different people that you get to save. It's pretty impactful. One person who you betray or you survive, or not you survive, or the person you betray is okay. Let me rephrase this entire thing. You either betray somebody or you kill on a rope. See what I'm saying here without going into details. You do that, or the other one, you betray. And it's like, I'm going to be honest, I wouldn't have done this in real life, but I betrayed. I knew what was going on. I was like, at that point, I was at the end of the episode, the last episode, and I was like, you know what, like, sorry, I had to, but we don't have a sequel, so this game, the problem is, it's hard to recommend this game, and that's why I'm giving it a 5 out of 10. And I apologize for that. It's just, there's no sequel, and I don't think there ever will be. I mean, I guess, like, a company technically can buy out the title and make a second game and make an ending for it or something if they wanted, or something. That would be nice. I don't think anyone's doing that, though. Unfortunately. I would like an ending, even if, it's just everybody dies or something. At least it's like, okay, I got it, I don't know. Then again, it's a choice game, so maybe not everybody dies, but make it an ending to the Game of Thrones Telltale kind of series, because, there is no ending really for these characters, and I think that's what really annoys me quite a bit. And I would like there to be endings. I don't think that's much to ask for. I really enjoy the games, or I really enjoy Telltale's Game of Thrones. I do recommend it if you're looking for a smaller game, story game, but don't look for choices that matter, unfortunately. I apologize for saying that, but it's true. Your choices, most of the time really don't matter at all, and it's not... I guess you can get connected to characters, true. The problem with that, though, is you don't really see them for long. It's a 6-hour game in reality, or something like that. And the characters kind of, either something happens or whatever, and they just don't matter to you. I think her name is Maura Forrester or something. She's probably no, she's not the most liked character. I think I liked Asher. There's a guy named Asher. He's better. He's cooler. I like him. He's cool, and I also I like really a lot of the characters. I don't know what I'm talking about. But I like, it's different. And the only choice that seemed impactful the entire time was the last episode at the last 10 minutes of the game, 5 minutes of the game, something like that, where you play as Geralt or something like that. Because you make a choice to do something and it actually does something, except for we'll never will know because we don't have the game. And I think that's another problem with a lot of story games that have choices, is a lot of the times, especially episodic choices, where they release episode 1, for example, where they have all these choices and none of them really impact the story. They impact future chapters, but then there's other choices you can make that impact other chapters, and it doesn't really do much, you know, like story-wise, until the ending. In pretty much a lot of actual games, if you think about it, there's like bigger choices you can make. Not all the time. Like in The Walking Dead Season 1, for example, when they made that. I love The Walking Dead Season 1, by the way. Amazing. But this is not talking about that, because we will eventually play that too. My point is, it's a longer game, and that's actually had an ending to it, and I don't think they were ever thinking about making a Season 2, but I don't know about that. And then Season 2 came out, and it wasn't as good anymore. And I'm sorry, but that's kind of how I felt about Telltale's Game of Thrones. They didn't have a pre-sequel or whatever you call it before Game of Thrones, like a game came out before, that, you know, captured these characters. And I think that's a problem too, because with a lot of their games, they stopped making longer games, and they made them so short. It's not to say that I want a 42-hour game. Like, you know, I've said this before, but maybe I would play a 42-hour game. I mean, I have played 42-hour games, you know, and I do like them. You know, those seem to be the most impactful. But that's just because of the work that somebody puts into them. And I feel like, you know, in Telltale games, you know, the newer ones, they don't put as much work into them as they used to. And I think that's my problem with what kind of happened with Telltale Game of Thrones, was it wasn't worked hard on. And I think that sucks. Anyways, that's all I can say about Game of Thrones Telltale's Game of Thrones. My apologies. I do recommend it if you're looking for that sort of game, but don't look at it as like as a choice game, because at the end of the day, the only choices that matter are the last choices to a sequel that will most likely not happen. And I apologize, but that sucks. And I hope it would happen. I remember when Last of Us 1 came out, and then I was like, I know Last of Us 2 is coming out, and guess what? It finally came out after how many years? You know, like, it took a while. Sometimes I just hold hope, you know? Like, I still hold hope that Days Gone 2 comes out. You know, I mean, that's still newer, but I still hope for it. You know, I love it. I really like it. Anyways, thank you for watching. Hit that like and sub button. It means a lot. Follow my Twitch in the description of the video. Also, make sure to join my Discord to get notified when I go live. Thank you.